set to appear offline. Okay, it won't let me invite you unless you're getting those invites. Yeah, there we go.
Oh boy, here we go.
Am I just dumb? I don't know how to invite you. Party privacy. Okay. That'll do it.
Okay, so. You're broadcasting and everything?
Yeah, we're live.
Root. Okay. Awesome. I see that you are live. I have Twitch and YouTube pulled up on mine.
Oh, okay.
So I see you are live, so we are good to go.
Cool.
This can be our episode 1 of Geek Gossip Live. This is Vaughn.
Brandon. We're here, man.
And we are playing Apex Legends. So you've played some of this already, right?
Yes. I played a handful of matches, nothing crazy, just to get a feel for it, and yeah, feels smooth the way Respawn does their thing. I'm not the biggest fan of Battle Royale, though, so that's kind of my only hang-up.
Same here.
Yeah.
I've played PUBG, I've played Fortnite. There's just something about that. I'm not the biggest multiplayer guy to begin with, so I was already at a disadvantage with that, but the competitive nature of those games just puts me off. So.
Yeah, I like competitive games. I'm not necessarily into... It's very rare that a shooter really grabs me. I think the last time I was really into an online shooter might have been Battlefield 1, I would say. Apart from that, it's mostly just fighting games. But yeah, it's for Fortnite, it's mostly the building. I was playing at my brother's house not too long ago, and dude, I didn't even know what was going on. Two people were building like a box or like walls around me, deleting the roof and throwing grenades in, and then rebuilding the roof. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. It felt exactly like when you play Mortal Kombat and somebody hits you with a 10-hit combo. It's just like, oh, okay, what are we doing here?
Alright.
But appreciate Fortnite from a distance, for sure.
Yeah, it's making buttloads of money, so...
Yeah, I'm interested in how or who... I mean, this is really the first game to try and copy that model. Like, genuinely use it.
Right.
In a lot of ways...
Like 10 million players, too?
Yeah, like, and in a lot of ways, I kind of just... I mean, this is a little bit more my pace than Fortnite, so I guess I'm a little biased, but it just seems so solid, and also wondering where it could go. Because Fortnite is a totally different game than it was a year ago, 2 years ago. Seeing new characters would be interesting, and who knows? I mean, they could add some type of mobility. You know, there could be a character that is a Titanfall type character.
Yeah. I kind of do with that Pathfinder character who looks very from that. Well, this is in the Titanfall universe, so
Right.
it takes place after Titanfall 2.
It's a little weird because Titanfall, I've only played a little bit of Titanfall 2, but Titanfall 2 seemed much more gritty and dark. This seems more Overwatch, Fortnite. I guess it's just weird to say, hey, it's in the same universe, but it looks and has such a totally different tone. Looks different.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's just them kind of following suit with what's popular right now? To some degree?
I think there's that, yeah. I also feel like Titanfall 1 was darker than Titanfall 2.
Okay. Titanfall 1 was darker than 2?
Yeah.
I didn't really play 1.
A graphical sense. Story is dark in 2 for sure.
Is it?
2 was the only one that had a story.
I really, yeah.
It's kind of messed up.
Yeah, I really need to play it. I've had it just sitting there. I think I got it on sale for like $7 one time. Like, oh, all right, well that's okay.
The single player is really good.
Yeah, that's the thing is Doom kind of had me really itching to play a shooter that also has platforming. Mm-hmm. And I know that the platforming is a big aspect of that, which makes a lot of sense. It's cool that they would actually do that.
Right.
Oh.
Okay, so let's see here. So you're gonna go with whoever that is?
Yeah, Bloodhound, yeah. So, yeah, my character is passive. He's a tracker, so foes leave behind clues for you to find. I actually have not seen any of that. Every encounter I've if I could speak, every encounter I've had with other players has been me getting eviscerated from a distance. Like, typical battle royale. I haven't gotten into these, like, really Overwatch, Call of Duty type fights yet. And then I can also just see where everybody's at. And then Beast of the Hunt. Transform into the ultimate hunter. Enhances your senses, allowing you to see cold tracks and move faster. I have not used that yet. Have to check it out.
I guess I will be my usual, which is support. Passive, which revive and knock down teammates faster while protected by a shield. Tactical, drone, unlikely heals those in the air, but over time. And con a drop pod full of high quality defensive gear. I guess I will be her. Okay.
Oh yeah. She's like the Mercy kind of character. Man, that's something Overwatch really knocked out of the park, was making support characters very fun. Most of my favorite characters were support characters. Yeah, Mercy. I really like Zenyatta. Lucio was cool.
Yeah, when I played Team Fortress, I was the medic most of the time.
Man, dude, I remember I had I bought the orange box and was trying to play Team Fortress. Whoa. I've never felt so just genuinely bad at a game the way that I felt playing that game. And I was like, probably 15 or so. So this is the times when I was actually playing shooters and was good, and I was not good at Team Fortress at all. Depressing.
That's a unique community that is still going. So I am not surprised.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Okay, so on top of us playing something, we have some news lined up. So let me pull up our list. Yeah. We'll get the bad news out first. So reports say that Activision / Blizzard are having layoffs this coming Tuesday.
Okay.
That will be the 12th. What do we think about that?
I actually haven't heard anything about this, but I guess I don't know, man. You know what? I want to hear what you think first.
Be a good fight.
Well, I'm not surprised, only because they just recently let Bungie free.
Right.
So that kind of falls in the trail of them doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And we really haven't seen a lot come from Activision outside of their norm.
Right.
Destiny was their norm. Call of Duty was their norm. Activision was very
This is
like
your champion.
license-esque in terms of their releases. Like they had the Spider-Man, they had the what else did they have really?
I will choose our location for bets.
Guitar Hero, Skylanders,
Mhm.
all those franchises that have essentially died off.
Ran into the dirt.
So,
Enemy spotted.
along with this announcement, their shares dropped 2.5% on Friday,
This might be a good place.
and they anticipate 2% fall this year, and dropping them to 7.28 billion
Mm.
in revenue. So that's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I guess I'm just gonna launch. Yeah, I don't know, man. I wonder what's going on with Activision just as a whole, because I know people are under the idea that they're a titan, they're just so large that they can never fail, but that's like not true at all. The big ones are the ones that crash and burn, and I'm wondering now that Destiny's gone,
First blood.
you have Call of Duty, and Blizzard seems to be... I mean, it seems like Activision's trying to annualize Blizzard in a way. They're not... I'm interested to see what the next Diablo is like,
Between us.
since everybody was real bent out of shape about that mobile one.
Yeah.
VMO. This is going to be a
Sekiro
very...
coming too, so
Yes, that one though. This is going to be a hard game to play and talk.
yeah,
This is going to be very hard.
test a lot of focus.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested to see how Sekiro turns out as well. I for some reason just see that as more of... I'm trying to think of a good example, I guess. Like, how much is Activision involved opposed from having, marketing and their name tied to it and getting a part of that profit? Whereas
Right.
something like Diablo, like, that is theirs. That is theirs now. And also Overwatch. I don't know. I haven't been playing Overwatch. I don't know how that's affected Overwatch. Has it? Do you know?
No, Blizzard's always kind of been their own thing and doing their own thing.
Right.
So that, as far as I can tell, hasn't been touched.
Mm-hmm.
I guess same thing with Diablo,
Right.
other than that mobile game. But
And what about... So why lay off people at Blizzard if you just got rid of Bungie? Is that not a huge layoff? Like, what does Blizzard even have to do with that?
I mean, I guess they'd be one of their main moneymakers right now,
Right.
other than the mobile landscape.
Marking our surroundings.
Shit.
Yeah, no, this game is intense.
Okay, so
So let's see if there's any enemies around. Man, they knocked it out of the park with the UI in this game, though. Whew. Just all these different... Watching here.
Observing that spot over there.
okay, so the middle is your ultimate.
Cancel that.
Yes.
Health is ultimate. I'm jumping in this completely blind, so this
Yeah.
is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much in the same boat. And on top of being a Battle Royale game, I don't really play Battle Royale, but... Oh, who's that? Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm interested in what Activision's got up their sleeve, because they seem to have let go of Bungie pretty well, I guess they both they seem to have parted amicably. So I don't know. It makes me wonder, do they have another big thing up their sleeve that they're sitting on waiting to drop?
Right.
Because it's
kind of early on in the year, the fiscal year starting and whatnot. So.
right. It's just really crazy to say, hey, Destiny's not doing as well as we'd liked it to, which it's actually, it's a little bit of a side thing, and I know people probably would go crazy, but I actually am really interested, as in, like, what does Bungie's next game, how good is it really gonna be? Because I've always kind of wondered if Halo was a fluke.
You've said that before.
Yeah, like
how good Bungie actually is.
Yes, like, no doubt, Halo is Halo. Incredible. I actually think there's a vacuum in the market right now for something like Halo, like a first-person, physics-based kind of shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Big hole in the market for that. But, like Halo 1, awesome, and then you just build upon it. It's an Uncharted 2 kind of thing. Game sequels are generally better. And then Halo 3, and then ODST's a little, and then Reach is, I like Reach a lot, but I know Reach is not the best,
Yeah.
And, you can have all your excuses being that, oh, it must be because they were with Activision, that's why Destiny has its problems. But, is it? Like, I can understand maybe, because they would drop the DLCs very infrequently and to varying levels of quality. So I can see that being like Activision saying, hey, we need to get these out. We need you to drop something. And that's where that problem could come from. But I just am not fully sold that Activision is the reason that game never, lived up to even what it seemed Bungie wanted it to be. And what they had always talked about it being. But I guess we'll see.
All right. It was making them money.
Yeah, no doubt.
But it's also one of those cases where was it making, quote unquote, enough money?
It just, when you have, a juggernaut like Call of Duty, though, like, I feel like Activision. I mean, but then again, I'm not a business analyst or anything like that, or the CEO of a company. I don't know what the bottom dollar actually means over there, but it just seems a little crazy. I read something that them parting with Bungie is going to cost them like over $300 million for 2019. It's like, you'd really rather not have $300 million? I can't wrap my head around that. And Destiny, especially Destiny 2, like, I highly... It's up top. Ooh. Oh, he's to the left! Left. Ooh. Oh, there's two of them. Hostiles detected. Damn. Yep. Battle Royale.
Idea what I was doing.
Yeah. They had one guy up on top and then the other two circled to the left. I lost my train of thought. Oh, but yeah, like, I don't know, man. Because Destiny 2 seems to have done, like, the problem everybody had with it was, whoa, this isn't 2, this is 1.5. They Call of Duty'd it. So I just cannot see that they invested that much money. I can understand the first game, for sure. First game is very forward-thinking at the time, but it's not very special anymore.
Yeah.
Like, shared world shooters are everywhere. And they're constantly coming out.
The other problem with Destiny 1 and 2 is that the same thing happened between the two. The first one, the base game comes out. It's a competent shooter. It's lacking content.
Mm-hmm.
First pack comes out, everyone praises it. This is what it should be. I could, with that happening for the first one, it's like, okay, this was something new for you guys. You understand. But the fact that it happened again on the second game, it's like, what are you doing? Which also plays into your idea of, like, is Bungie a fluke? Like, is their success just out of nowhere for no good reason?
Yeah, you know, because because that's, I don't know, I feel like it just, yeah, maybe not even a fluke, but like a one-trick pony, you know? Because even Destiny to me is, I'm not the biggest Halo guy, but my biggest disappointment of Destiny is like, wow, you took away all of the stuff that made Halo really cool, that would have worked really well in this style of game. Like, I can't believe they took away the physics, the vehicles. I know there are vehicles, but it's not the same. Like, the vehicles are, in my experience, poor in Destiny. I haven't played Destiny 2 though, so I don't know how that works. Isn't it more along the lines of something like Counter-Strike? Like, it's way more small for the PvP specifically.
I'm ready. Let's
Which
get the job
to me
done.
that's just, why would you ever do that? why would that be the route you go in a world where Call of Duty exists, you know, and even now this,
The gusts of wind calls our victory.
which they couldn't have foreseen that coming, but it's still the, you know, what, like, it just seems like they were following suit in the way that, you know, because, and that's where it becomes, I can see that being Activision being like, hey, you know, we gotta kind of conform a little bit, or was the, you know, I don't know. I'm interested, definitely interested in what they do next. Do you think it'll be Destiny 3, or do you think it's something new?
I feel it'll be Destiny, something Destiny related,
Get
but
ready. Moving up.
I want something different. I don't mind that ever persistent online world per se. It's just, you need to keep me occupied.
Yeah, man,
And it's tough because the pace that people play games nowadays is much greater than it was in the past.
Right.
So if they're not satisfied with content, or you're not updating as frequently as, let's say, this or Blackout or Fortnite does with like their seasons and their constant tweaks, then people get
Am I
through that
about to die?
content super early.
Oh, okay, sweet. Right. You know, it also makes me wonder about the just general structure of the shared world shooter. I'm wondering, is it as difficult to pull off as these companies are making it seem? Like, generally speaking, I can't think of one of them that the general gameplay loop is bad. You know, like the foundation and the way these control are generally fun. You know, Destiny's got rock solid shooting. What's the other one? The Division. Anthem is Anthem is fun, but they just all severely lack content at the beginning. I just don't understand why. I guess why can't one of them launch and feel like, you know, something substantial, where you don't feel like, oh, I have to wait. I buy it in January, but I have to wait until November for it to really feel like the game.
I feel the Division did a good job of that in terms of catering to the single player. Because that came out. That came out around the Destiny time. I was satisfied.
Ah, yes, I finally got somebody. A finisher? What? That's crazy. I didn't even know you could do that. Let me get that. Yes.
This one over there.
Oh. But wasn't Division was lacking content in the beginning, but they made good on it over time.
I guess
Right.
it was lacking post-game content. I guess.
Right.
What it was lacking. I'm a person that plays something and then once it's done, I'm satisfied. Like I don't have to keep playing it, but that's just me. I know not a lot of people are like that.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as well. I just that game is those type of games are designed for play for a long ass time. So it just like for example, like Anthem, I would love for Anthem to come out and be incredible. I love that whole idea. It's just there has not been a single shared world shooter that has been great out of the gate, I guess. They're usually like the common narrative is there's a rock solid foundation here and I'm really interested to see what they do. And it's also just kind of, you know, I let's say I do get invested in the Division. Well shit, now Anthem's coming around. Anthem looks cool too. Well, yeah, but there's also Destiny. It's like I can't. Those games are lifestyles, man. Like if you're gonna play them, you play them.
Right, and every company wants their game to be the one.
Right. And you know, I think that's just because I'm in the same boat as you. You know, those games generally don't fully appeal to me. I went through a little bit of a Destiny phase with the Taken King. Thought it was really good. Mm-hmm. Still, honestly, not as good as I think everyone made it out to be. But
right.
Okay, let's go. Where's our third guy? Whoa. He's just gone.
Yeah.
Alright, let's head.
I need ammo pretty bad.
What kind?
That's a good question. I guess just light ammo?
I have heavy rounds. I have nothing. Okay. Let's move this way, and then I'll cover you.
Whatever the assault rifle uses?
I don't know.
Because I guess light rounds are handgun?
I would imagine.
Oh, someone's over there.
Where? Fall back. Fall back. Fall back. Gotcha. Yep. I swear I'm hitting this guy. Airstrikes? Whoa.
That's fucking bad.
I did not
I don't know what that means.
know that was a thing. Oh, it's blowing up. Oh my god. That was crazy. Oh, he's up top. Woo. I'm dead. No, I'm not dead. I'm down. Hold on. Yep. I'm right here. Oh, yes! Nice. Alright, cool. This gun is... I swear I'm... Oh, okay, we gotta go. Ah, damn it. I don't know about that gun. I think I need a scope. I think I had a sniper without a scope. I also have a hunch that the shared world shooter is a generation ahead of its time. I think they're just in the baby steps trying to figure it out still.
Right. Because Destiny, mechanic-wise, great. Their shooting is fantastic. Like, I don't think anyone does any better than they do.
Right.
So, that part succeeds. It's keeping your player base in that game with relevant content.
Target over there.
The only, I guess, company that's really doing that correctly is Fortnite.
Yeah.
The amount of updates that game gets with, like, Epic. I've never seen Epic more vocal with what they're doing.
Right.
Than now.
It's also just weird to see Epic be such a like a powerhouse now. Like Epic is kind of the studio. They're what's jumping right now. And it's so weird to be like, yeah, remember when they were making oh, what was that MOBA game that Gears, and what was the
Paragon?
Paragon, yes. They just straight shut that down.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That game changed greatly since it first launched.
I know. I liked Paragon. I just wish it wasn't a MOBA.
Yeah, MOBAs are hard.
Yeah, it's definitely different for sure. Some nerdy shit, to say the least. Yeah, the whole layoff thing. It'll be. I'm just interested in Activision as a whole for really like the next handful of years, because they're really only one Call of Duty away that doesn't sell good, and I wonder what they would do. You know, like they are not opposed to just straight, all right, fuck it, it's dead. Like, whoa.
And they were the talk of the town for a long, long time. Maybe not in a positive light, but they had games coming out pretty frequently.
Right. Now it's very, very limited.
Now you rarely hear about Activision, you only hear about Blizzard.
Right.
I guess hopefully we get more news on them.
Yeah.
We talked about Apex already. We talked about Activision.
Yeah, I'm also
Speaking
not
of
even.
Activision,
Go ahead.
Sekiro released a new trailer.
Yeah. That was cool, man.
CG.
That was really cool.
It was about a minute long, so kind of touched a little bit on,
Let's take this win.
like we discussed, his name is Sekiro, hopefully.
As fun, we will be
Right.
gifted with victory.
I would imagine.
Seems like
it's
he was.
him. Now, is it Sekiro or Sekiro?
I don't know if we're just dirty American heathens, or
Right, I need to hear
No, I
Miyazaki
don't
say it.
right, then we'll know for sure. I don't
Yeah.
know. I could like it could be Sekiro, it could be Sekiro. I don't know.
It's kind of like
that
the whole.
game-
Yeah, go ahead.
Your champion.
That game, it seems like maybe someone murdered his family and was adopted by that person, and then he's just trained to be a killer.
Yeah, I mean
He's
that.
too fucking good at it.
Yes. So that's actually. I'm so glad you just said that, because it kind of made connections in my brain with how they haven't been talking about death, like what the actual gameplay of that is. But they said it's going to be more personal, and the trailer saying like I didn't realize what you would grow to become is really interesting. Yeah, that's very interesting. And also, I don't know the history of what is going on. From what I understand, that's based off of a real time period in Japan. So, yeah, him getting his family massacred and not giving a shit about anything anymore. Because when he puts the blade to his face, he's like, oh, okay. You're broken, huh? You just don't care. Kind of gave me Batman Begins kind of vibes. Oh, there's people right here. Oh, there's a guy right here. Ah, I'm in. Ooh, what you got?
I'm going up to.
Here. Ooh. Oh, they're shooting at me. Get the purple armor. I'm out.
Shit. I know you.
I had to take off.
And
Yeah. Okay, I got a gun. Sweet. Where are you at?
I am on the upper area.
Okay, I see you. I'm coming.
There's someone up here as well.
Yeah. I love that you can climb walls. I do like that. Oh, and then I didn't climb the wall. Ah! No, okay, I can't climb all the walls, but...
I feel like they had to have that if you're not able to wall run.
Right. It's actually the exact same kind of climbing that's in Overwatch. I actually really like it. Just hold X and he just wall runs. Let's see if I can spot these clowns. No hostiles. I think they left. I don't know how far the radius is on my little UAV thing.
It looked like it was pretty big.
Yeah.
So, okay, there's a chest or something over here.
Let's explore this way.
No,
Never mind. Someone was wounded here. They survived.
that's right. This is very similar to. Oh, gee, where their backpack is here.
I need heavy ammo.
Take the SMG. That would have been really useful a minute ago. But yeah, I'm just so excited for Sekiro or Sekiro, whatever. I just like From Software, man. Can't help it.
Games feel good.
They do. I think that's something that is not talked about enough. It's always how hard they are, how cool the worlds are, but man, those games feel good. They play good. Real good.
Well, that engine is showing its age though, so I'm hoping
Yeah, no doubt.
this one doesn't fall into that party. So
Yeah, I'm definitely... I wonder, I don't know, because it is definitely a weird engine for sure. Like the amount of detail they can pack on top of those animations, on top of generally the worlds are pretty, like, not even just that they're interconnected, but they're always there, I guess. It's always streaming the whole thing.
Havoc engine.
Yeah. Those physics are so goofy.
Okay. So this is more down your realm. What are your thoughts on MK11?
Honestly, I'm a little nervous. I won't lie.
Yeah.
I know it's like like visually it looks incredible, you know, like it's Mortal Kombat, so it kind of has this weird appeal to everybody. Even if you don't like fighting games or are good at them, for some reason people just get Mortal Kombat. And on a surface level, I'm interested, but I guess it just depends on how much they focus on zoning. Because I guess the focus was to be more along the lines of like Street Fighter, where it was more about pokes and neutrals and stuff. But man, I hate Injustice. Not fun. Don't like it. It's just you're zoning each other the whole time. You're just dodging projectiles. It's terrible. I hate it. When you're actually fighting, it's cool, and it's also slow. So they took the sprint away, which is for me devastating. 'Cause that's what I loved about Mortal Kombat, was just that berserker sprint across the map into combat, and now you're just inching forward and backwards. It's like, oh boy, oh boy. I'm sure it'll be great, but for me personally, I'm not too sure. I definitely am gonna play it at somebody's house first.
It looked very pretty.
Yeah, no doubt. It's probably like one of the best looking games I've seen in a while, honestly. Especially those faces. Whew, those faces look good.
Yeah, I'm not a fighting game person, so that'll be more of what's your take on it. So.
Yeah, I'm also, I don't know. Woo! See, it didn't register that guy. Do I have 2 shotguns? Oh, okay.
Already on my mark. Firing for effect.
Oh god, here comes that airstrike shit. Okay, I do too. What does your ultimate do?
That's a good question.
Okay.
Looks like it's a health shield thing. I wish you could hover over it. It tells you where the door is.
I'm taking fire.
Alright, he's north, roughly 345.
Ouch.
Hostile detected. Got him. What? I busted him. That's crazy. Alright, guys, relax. I'm down. Hold on. Oh, he got me. I started my ultimate and then I shot him directly with the shotgun. I don't know what happened. You put
Ultimate's a care package with defense items. That's right.
Okay, that's pretty cool. You put MK11 and then plus famous actors needed. Like, are you asking? Do you think that that's needed?
What was that?
Next to MK11 thoughts, you put plus famous actors needed ? Are you asking?
Oh.
Do you think that's necessary?
So, yeah. Do you think it's necessary that they have like athletes or people of note to play their characters, like Ronda Rousey's what's her name?
Yeah.
That is just a way to get more people into it, or do you think it's needed?
I definitely don't think it's necessarily needed, especially with Mortal Kombat. I feel like Mortal Kombat is just in a lane of its own. As long as that gore is there, I feel like people are always going to be in. And Mortal Kombat's kind of cool. Also, it's just got like a cool style.
Right.
Ronda fits Cassie Cage, but at the same time, I'm not into it's gonna sound weird, but they do this thing, movies do it, games do it, where for example, I watched Ocean's 13. Is that the one where it's like the all-female cast? Sandra Bullock? I'm not sure which one it is, but whichever Ocean's it was.
Ocean's 8, I think it was.
Whichever the newest one was, but they have Rihanna. Rihanna's in it, and it's like because she's Rihanna, she has to be cool all the time. Like she has to be kind of one note, and that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from Ronda. Even though, like, I'm not saying Mortal Kombat has the deepest characterization or anything, but it just she's not gonna be Cassie. She's gonna be Ronda, and it's weird. I don't know. And Ronda's also like, why did you just get Ronda because she can fight and she's blonde? I don't really.
And from the interview videos that they showed of her, she seemed genuinely
into
a
it.
fan of Mortal Kombat and that
Right.
character. So I don't think she's faking being excited for that, like a lot of people sometimes are.
Right.
But I wonder who approached who for that.
Right. I would imagine they probably approached her. I mean, it's fine. It's no big deal. I don't think it really adds much in this specific case of this one. You know, Mortal Kombat and Ronda Rousey. I think that's like, it's just like, okay. Now in the case of, you know, something like Death Stranding, I think that adds a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, we'll have to wait and see, I guess. That game comes out soon, doesn't it? April?
Yeah, very soon.
Yeah. I also, man, these battle royale games is so much of like you have to learn what every single item just looks like at a glance. Ugh, I hate that because I just want to pick up everything. Excuse me.
The place between life and death is where I feel most alive.
It's like it's color coded, so that helps me.
Right.
You and me. Let's take this win.
What was the next thing you had on there?
You're playing RE1 for the first time?
Oh, good God, yes.
Introducing your champion.
So weird, man. It clicked with me the other night why that game, not just that it's good, but that it's incredibly influential in a way that I guess I never really understood because I didn't play it.
Yeah.
But like, man, Dark Souls owes a lot to Resident Evil, like a lot. Down to nitty, like not even just the way that the map is designed, you know, you're falling, looping back in, but when you're in the safe haven, the music almost sounds like it could be in Dark Souls. Just this very relaxing piano kind of melody. Like, oh man, this is wild. But also,
The whole,
yeah,
as well.
yeah, and also just the idea of which there are enemies, of course, that jump out at you, but for the most part, they're right in front of you. Like, you know what the problem is. It's how are you going to deal with it, which is, yeah, extremely Dark Souls, which is, oh god, I don't have a gun. But I think there's also an aspect that I don't want to say people have never talked about it, but I feel like I've just never really heard anybody speak on it in a specific way at which it kind of came across to me, where it's not just that you have limited ammo, and it's not just, oh, there's puzzles. It's every second is decision making. Every single second of it is, Jesus, do I go this way and grab that and then come back, or should I go here? Okay, I know there's 3 zombies over there, but I have 1 dagger and 7 bullets, but it's probably gonna take ah, God, this chick is on me. Oh shit, she is. Do we have grenades? Ah. Man, she's fast.
Nothing.
I think it's lagging, man, because I'm definitely hitting her, but nothing's happening. Oh, she's definitely lagging. Okay, yeah. Oh, we landed. Oh, there's a guy. Oh no, just kidding. That's a teammate. Yeah, man, that game just looks so good. Like, I love it. I know the fixed camera angles definitely intrude on gameplay, but they just look so good. They're framed so well. It would be really cool if, like, when I shot this chick, it would hurt her. Oh, okay, I got her. Alright, what'd she drop? I just need a gun.
I need something.
Yeah, for real. Oh, took the backpack. Alright. Yeah, I'm not very far in Resident Evil, but I'm just, you know, clawing through, inching my way through. But it's definitely just been on my mind for days now, for sure.
You really have to go about that type of game in a different way than what you're used to.
Yeah, it's very, and hopping, like, I was playing Revelations 2 for a minute, and it's just like, whoa, you guys got real far away from what it started as, and for better and for worse, you know. It's just so interesting that it seems like as time went on, it's something that I think, not to keep riding From Software's dick, which I do daily, but it's something that From Software does really well, is they know what it is on the fundamental level that makes the game good. It's not just the aesthetic. And it seemed like Resident Evil forgot why people were really, really into it. And it was that it's okay for it to be hard, you know, and it's okay for it to be like you're lost, you know. That's such a big aspect of what makes the horror, is you are confused as shit. And, you know, for better or for worse, because some of it's a little abstract, but not, I don't think it's crazy abstract. You know, it'd be like, oh, okay, there's the arrow, and you just have to, you know, now I have the arrow, but the arrow won't fit in. What the hell? Go into your inventory and examine it. It's like, oh, okay. Now I understand that I need to keep doing that. I need to examine things. And it starts to kind of flow from there.
Right. Especially when 4 came out, that was more action-oriented, and I feel like Capcom got cocky because that was so successful, and they felt that everyone wanted just more action, which is where 5 and then 6 eventually came out, so I'm not surprised that's how they came out, but a lot of people shit on the later games, but yes, I wouldn't agree. I wouldn't say that they're Resident Evil games per se. They're
Right.
more just action games. So
I'm not. Yeah, it's weird because with Resident Evil 4, it also just had a very different type of tension to it. That it was kind of weird though. I was watching a video of a guy talking about it, and I never realized how goofy that game does get in the second half. Like it's extremely goofy.
yeah,
And it was kind of like, huh, I guess the tea leaves were all over the place here, huh? Like it was coming. All this weird shit, like, and for the
once it shows off the parasite exploding from the guy's head, that's when it changes.
yeah, it was, which I like that. I like everything to do with the village. Everything to do with the village to me was scary and tense. Not that the castle or the lab wasn't, but the lab turned into a lot of action and a lot of goofy action, like the giant stack, the midget guy who's like whatever the fuck he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Gosh. That's cool that it drops one for each of us.
Marking our surroundings.
Yeah, man, Resident Evil is really, it also just makes me want I really miss, I think we were just talking about this the other day, just contained areas, you know? That's kind of the thing that's bumming me out about DMC5 is, well, which I'm not 100% sure if that is the case. Something, oh, there's a ring, like we have to keep, okay, I forgot about that whole aspect of the game.
At least we're still
But you know, like, which I don't know if Devil May Cry 5 how it is going to be structured, but like I love the first game so much because of that. Like I know that castle, and it doesn't necessarily need to be as corridory as Resident Evil, but same thing with like Bloodborne or Dark Souls. Like it's just, I feel like Miyazaki or whoever was like, Resident Evil, a mansion. What if I did that in a fantasy world? And just make the whole world, but it's interconnected, but it has like a larger sense of scale to it. Like I don't think that just because you're doing the same idea, it needs to be exactly the same. And I feel like that's a problem that lots of games do. They try to copy directly.
Yeah, I'm interested where DMC5 goes in terms of mechanics and whatnot.
Whew, man, that demo is good. That demo is... Oh, there's guys.
Making contact. Scanning the area.
Let's see the walls.
Yep.
Oh, getting shot.
Taking fire, Ross.
Ah, come on. Yes.
I got you.
Toss into my target.
Give me my shield to recharge.
Damn. So you can shoot through trying to hide behind these pillars, but they're getting me anyway.
Don't worry, I got the squad this time.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Where's it from?
Taking a moment to recharge my shields.
You die.
Did he die?
Oops, wrong button.
Close.
Just a screen. 1 second.
Maybe we have to deliver him to a beacon?
Yeah.
Here.
Deploying health drone. 45 seconds. Rings close.
Ring is near.
Oh, I can't get rid of the shotgun. What is this?
This guy has 2 snipers. Do we know where to go to revive someone?
10 seconds. The ring's just ahead.
I don't know, but we gotta get
Might be something good
we
this
gotta
time.
get gone.
Fuck out of here. Okay. Okay, I see where we need to go to revive him.
Use the net as
Do
your
we
guide.
do we have to bring something to it? Isn't there something like that?
Yeah. It looks like we already have it, because it says delivered at beacon.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Attention. Delivering care package.
You hear that?
Um,
There's a care package coming down.
But yeah, no, the DMC5 demo really turned me around. I still think it's a little cheesier than I kind of, which I know Devil May Cry's always been cheesy, no doubt. But I always really liked the undertones of horror that were there, because it could be cheesy, but like at times it could be serious. And even though serious times were cheesy, like in the first Devil May Cry when he's like, I wanted to be the one to bring your dark soul to light, or whatever the fuck it was he said. You know, they're anime as fuck or whatever, but it was always really cool. And I feel like the horror aspect, they've definitely put it in the creature designs and just the overall like look, like the art style and stuff. I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about Dante, Nero, V, Trish, and Lady all being goofy pun making type of character. That's a lot. That's a lot.
He should be coming back. That's interesting.
Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, the like the camera. I think that's the number one thing that kind of stood out to me. Is just the way that the camera zooms in, zooms out, refocuses on based on what is happening. I feel like it does that really well. Kind of reminds me of God of War in a weird way.
Yeah, that engine is pretty versatile.
Mm-hmm.
It's clearly shown.
The man, that's something I think is underappreciated about God of War 1, 2, and 3. Is, man, that camera is gold. Skull piercing rounds, sure. Oh yeah, I forgot. I kind of forgot. Sliding is a. Oh my god.
Showing up
Give me sight.
Where is he at?
He took the zip line up, so he's probably above us.
Trust in the old father.
Oh. I found him. Ah, damn it. I died.
Fuck. Oh god. Yikes. That was
Damn. Ugh, man. Yeah, and then, dude, I feel like I'm still sick from VR.
really?
Yeah. It's crazy.
You tried RE7 VR for the first time.
It was amazing until I got sick. Definitely a whoa type of moment. Just still favorite part is walking up to the mansion. Like, whoa, that thing is big.
Right. You're walking into a real life house.
Yeah, the sense of scale is really, really crazy. Just placing you in it is definitely different than just watching it. Like, I got scared from the birds. Totally knew it was gonna happen, but was just... It still scared me. Yeah, and I'm also... Like, RE7 is really well done from, like, from a presentation level. Like, the voice acting, I feel, is, like, significantly better than almost anything else Capcom puts out, strangely. I don't know how that goes on. I don't know if it gets worse, but just from the little bit I was watching, I'm like, this doesn't even feel like a Capcom game. Usually the voice acting has a little layer of corny to it, you know, or poor voice acting. They have their gems, but I can feel like Leon in Resident Evil 4 is a really good one.
Right.
But
it got more cheesy as time went on.
right.
Cheesy as in it was hard to follow or take them serious. In like
Okay.
6.
Right.
Because 1 is cheesy in that, wow, you guys didn't really give a fuck.
Yeah, no.
And then the RE2 remake, great voice acting. Any of the old PS1s were almost recorded in a bathroom. But
In a bathroom.
yeah, RE7 overall as a package is a great change in that RE formula. First time they ever did first person. Well, they did the on rails package, the Umbrella
Oh yeah,
Chronicles.
totally forgot about those. Wow.
So I guess not the first time they did first person, but this is the first in a numbered series where they're completely different. Which I guess begs the question: do they continue that, or do they see what everyone liked about the remake of 2 and make 8 third person?
Yeah, I would be extremely shocked if the new one isn't in third person. Or I can see them, you know, because they like to do the whole dual story thing, like, hey, this person plays in first person, this person plays in third person. That could be interesting. You know, maybe you play as someone who is, like, on one flip of the side, or, like, maybe you are Leon, Chris, Jill, whoever, going in to get somebody out, and the other half of the story is you in first person being captured, trying to get out at the same time.
Yeah.
That could be interesting. So you have more of a combat-esque gameplay loop with the third person, and then the first person could be have them setting each other up and stuff, like something Leon does causes Ethan or whatever to, you know, have to deal with the scenario in a certain way or leaving items behind. That could be actually really interesting. Really hard, but...
Yeah, Evil Within did both third and first person, even though they didn't do it well in that there was a first person segment for maybe like 10 minutes and then that's it. That's the only time they ever do it. So it's not unheard of to bring both perspectives into a game.
Right.
It was all, Evil Within also didn't have any combat in first person. It was more of surviving in first person, and then it went back to being able to shoot. So
they also had that DLC where you were like the executioner as well.
Yeah.
I feel like the problem with that is like those engines will be designed around third person or first person, you know, so they always look goofy in the flip. Like when Call of Duty had, I think it was Modern Warfare 2, they had a third person mode for a little bit, and it just looked weird, you know, because that game is designed to be a first person. But the RE engine is crazy, man. Like it works in first person and it works in third person. It works for an action game such as Devil May Cry or whatever, you know. It's just and they
I
were
would be happy with either. So
yeah, for sure.
Whatever they do with 8, they've shown that they can make a first person Resident Evil work. So
I would be okay if they do it first person again. I just want to be able to move better, just a little better, just a little faster, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
A little more because isn't the combat pretty one note in that game as well? Which I guess I should play it, but you're fighting the blob guys and it's pistol shotgun kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. It's not super in depth with anything. It's very basic. I guess it depends on the location of RE8, because if it's in another tight corridor type thing, I don't know how you would make it as fast as like RE2 remake. Because that kind of slowness kind of plays into that ambiance of that world. So if it's more open, I would definitely want more movement or more opportunities, like an evade or something. So
yeah, I also don't think it'd be. I think Evil Within 2 was going in a really interesting direction with, you know, you're leveling yourself up into those categories. I just would not want it to be you could level all the way up by the end of the game. No. That is the opposite. Like at a max you can maybe upgrade your stealth all the way. Or maybe upgrade whatever. Yeah, 'cause I don't know, man. They're in a interesting place. They can kind of do whatever they want. Really. Their head seems to be in the right place. It's really crazy.
They really haven't put out anything bad of recent.
No.
So
No. It seems like ever since Resident Evil 7. I mean, I would even maybe go as far as say Revelations 2. I think Revelations 2 is definitely a step in the right direction.
yeah, that was around the time when people were kind of focusing on episodic releases.
Yeah,
And that one kind of came at the tail end of that. So, yeah, after that, they started releasing the RE1 remake, and then they put out 4, 5, and 6 in the current gen. And then Monster Hunter came out. No, Street Fighter 5. That was kind of hit or miss, but
yeah, 5. I feel like they really dropped the ball.
it must be doing well enough considering there's a second season. So
yeah, no doubt that it's. I mean, it's Street Fighter, so it's kind of always gonna do well to some degree, I would imagine. It's just the amount of player divide is just so bad. Like I log into that thing and. Like, I bought it day one. I was so excited, and I'm like, man, there's not a lot of characters in this game. That's kind of crazy. This is actually really bare bones. And now the person who buys it gets fucking 10 extra characters that I can't play with unless I mega grind. And the grind in that... Because, you keep winning, so they're gonna put you against better players, but then you lose your money, or your experience. It's just a whole fucking thing. But it is so weird to see them do, like, then again, Street Fighter came out, what, 2-3 years ago now?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
To see them do something like Street Fighter where it is pretty poor business practice, these characters, I'm thinking like, man, all of those games are action RPGs where you're fighting monsters with big health bars. It's kind of really weird. Like, it kind of really made me see how kind of uniform a lot of Capcom games are. Like Dragon's Dogma, Devil May Cry, and Monster Hunter are kind of all the same exact thing, just a slight variation on it. You know, one's open world RPG, right. One is linear, and one is, you know, really focused on fighting the boss itself.
Yeah, they know the genre that people like, it seems.
Lost Planet, same thing, just with shooting.
Oh, that was a good series too.
I know, I would love for that to come back. I feel like it will. I feel like we're about to get into a crazy Capcom renaissance. In a way that, like, man, they've got me excited in a way that I don't think any other studio really does. So I'm usually excited for, like, single-off things, like, yeah, Last of Us 2, for sure, Death Stranding, whatever. But, like, to think, like, oh my god, you guys have really just gotten, like, 4 things. What is it? Resident Evil 7, Monster Hunter, Remake 2, and now Devil May Cry 5, which is not out, but pretty safe bet it's going to be good.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, you've brought them back and brought Monster Hunter to the mainstream in a genuine way. Man, what's next? I actually hope that the next one isn't Remake 3 or Resident Evil 8. I hope it's something totally weird we're not expecting. Take time.
I haven't seen any rumors or anything like that.
Right, they've been dead silent. Because that's what everybody's head is jumping to is, oh, Remake 3 or, you know, whatever. But, man, dude, shit. What if the next game they drop is Lost Planet? Like, whoa. Whoa. That'd be awesome.
That would be out of nowhere.
And it would make...
3 was a flop.
Right. And it would... Or even, you know, like Dragon's Dogma. Like, with Monster Hunter success, it makes a lot of sense that Lost Planet and or Dragon's Dogma would come out. And then Resident Evil, it makes sense for Dino Crisis to come out. Like, it's... There's... I don't know. I feel like they've just opened doors really well for themselves. It's crazy the way they've turned around. Crazy. They used to genuinely bum me out. Like, whoa, I used to love you guys. What is happening? What is happening?
Yeah, they would have pieces of, like, they would have gems from time to time, but most of the time you just assume, like, oh, this is going to be like a B-grade release. And
yeah.
Whatever. So.
Now they're back to being like, whoa, like, you guys are kind of cutting edge. You guys are really doing it. And it's weird that it's not even just the visuals either. Like, they're fundamentally understanding what made them good and what, like, the gameplay should feel like while also looking good. Like, Resident Evil 2 Remake trips me out that it plays as good as it does and looks as good as it does. It really reminds me of, like, seeing that makes me feel like, yes, a new Resident Evil game. Because every time a Resident Evil game comes out, every time a Capcom game used to come out back in the day, it would blow my mind. Like, whoa, look at this. And I remember seeing 6 for the first time being like, why am I not blown away by this? The way I was with every other Resident Evil. And then Revelations, it was like, okay, I get it. It's like a little more B tier, but like, really? And then the movies, it's like, whoa, okay, what's happening?
Yeah, it kind of got blown out of proportion in
Yeah.
a way.
Same thing, I would even say the same thing with Devil May Cry. I know people like 4, but 4 to me was like, hey, this is starting to show its cobwebs. You know, like, it's time to switch it up, which is why V is such a cool idea. I'm really surprised they didn't experiment with characters that play dramatically different a long time ago.
Right.
Because yes, Nero plays different than Dante, and Dante plays different than Virgil, but we're talking about pretty much generally the same thing. But yeah, that's everything, man. And I'm actually maybe okay on another match of this.
Okay. Yeah, we can do one more match and then
All right.
call it a
Sounds
show.
good. Sounds good. We can actually really focus on this one.
Yeah, my next pickup is going to be probably Anthem. That'll be the next thing. Start streaming and showing off. So.
Yeah.
And
I'll
after
probably.
that, it's DMC.
Oh, you are gonna get DMC?
I'm still thinking about it. I get like a $10 reward for picking up Anthem, so I'll see how the funds are around then.
I'll probably. When is DMC? Is it before or after Sekiro?
Before.
That sucks. Okay. Sekiro was kind of my.
Sekiro is like the 22nd of March? So end of March for Sekiro, and then early March for DMC.
Okay. Yeah, Sekiro was kind of the one I've been looking forward to the most. And then that demo for Devil May Cry definitely turned me around. Apart from that, I'm on a wait and see kind of thing with Anthem. And nothing else has release dates. I mean,
look good.
there's
Literally this hair.
there's like,
this
I mean,
face.
like
Come on.
Metro, I'm actually, I don't know how I'm feeling about Metro. I was actually, like, I was watching gameplay of it, and I'm a little bummed out that it's still kind of janky. I was like, ah, that's kind of crazy. We'll see. 'Cause that comes out extremely soon, doesn't it?
That's the 22nd.
Yeah. Metro.
This is
What
your
else is
champion.
coming out?
Pain,
That
death,
one I'm not.
nothing phases me.
Yeah. I was at first, and now I'm kind of like, eh. We'll have to see. Mortal Kombat.
Just a thought. We can let
Yeah, I don't know. Just waiting on Days Gone. Just waiting on those, the ones to have release dates.
Enough lying around. We drop it.
Right. Stuff's starting to come out.
Yeah.
And hopefully get news on some release dates of others.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, so this one is going to be
Alright.
gone.
I got a shotgun. Shotgun health and a helmet. Sweet.
Okay, yeah.
Someone shooting?
That would be.
No hostile.
Hey, someone's gotta take out the new kill leader. They're too cocky.
Round one, beginning ring countdown.
Next ring is not close.
It's crazy that you're picking up like gun attachments too. That's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
It's different.
Whoa, his scope is really crazy.
take that damage.
No.
Father, give me sight.
Oh, I missed the wire. Okay, give me 1 second. I gotta let my girlfriend in. Are we getting shot? Alright. Yeah. It's cool. I'm here. Ah. Where's he at? Pop, 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 pop. What? Dude, I hit him like 4 or 5 times. Oh, oh! Okay. Alright, well.
I got your stuff.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Okay. Whoops. Just taking my spot again.
Who's this way?
Let's go.
I suck.
Great things from small beginnings. The house is in disarray, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a little crazy. I'm about to clean it when we're done. Did we lose?
Yeah.
Alright, well. We gave it a good run.
Right. 13 out of 20. That's not terrible. It's not last.
Right.
Alrighty.
But yeah, next time we'll have to do Bloodborne or something. I feel like I could play Bloodborne passively because we actually know that game. This game requires a lot of focus.
Yeah, this might be something that's not so much a podcast style news playing game. It's more of just a streaming
Right.
and how people watch us play.
Yeah.
So. Okay, everybody. During the week as well. So.
Yeah, whether it be
Check
just
back.
me or just him.
Yeah. Both YouTube and Twitch. So just search Geek Gossip Guys and you will find us. I'm off to fucking go do laundry and chores and stuff like a lame fucking adult. I can't be smelling like butt every day, so.
Yeah, I have to. My house looks pretty much like hell, so I should probably take care of that like a functioning member of society. I'm living in filth right now. It's terrible. Yeah, fuck it.
Alrighty. Well, that has been episode 1 of the old streaming podcast. This is Vaughn.
Brandon.
We are out.